project car, even though you've already got a shit ton of other project cars, you're still just as excited to get the new one, and you really should finish the other ones. But you really can't pass up another project car. So it's kind of what I'm doing right now. I'm on the road driving through Utah, just past Apple Valley, headed to Arizona, which I'm going to end up in New Mexico, and to pick up another 69 Charger. Do I need another one? No, but I'll take one. Yeah. This is just a shell. I mean, there's not really anything on it. There's no interior, no drivetrain. Someone had cut the core support off of it. It's just a body, but it's a really clean body from what I could tell from the pictures. So, and I'd already bought a Charger from this guy, and this car was part of the package deal that we had agreed on. So I have to go get this one. He brought me one. Now I got to go get this one. Really looking forward to seeing it in person. I've seen pictures of it, and I don't know. I just get excited to see another project, another Charger. It's like, I don't know. I guess I'm just giddy over Chargers. Can't have another one. Ooh, getting passed by a Challenger. Yeah, you're looking at my other car, sucker. Yeah, driving the truck. This is my grandfather's truck that was given to me. This is the only newish vehicle I have, and even if this thing's still 14 years old, everything else I have is 1970 and older. The cool shit. But, yep, it's going to be about another 4.5 hour drive. Still got a long way to go. So it's less blabbing and start recording more shit when I get there. Real pretty country though. Anyway, see you guys in a little bit. Beautiful country. There, finally, like probably 15 miles out. So looking forward to seeing this junk. From the pictures it looks like junk, but good junk.
Past what do you call that place? Montezuma?
Man, it's surprising how good the quality video of these GoPros are. I used to have the shitty ones. This is like my first GoPro that actually has a screen on the back. This thing's sweet. You get more, it's like I get more excited about the junky ones than the nice ones. So I need to put a new frame rail on it. Pretty much front clip, actually. Probably easier to just put a whole front clip on it.
Yeah.
Because the passenger side might be bent anyway. So does all the turkey shit come with the car?
Yeah.
All right. So a turkey has flown in here and made a nest. Yeah, I'll go grab my jack too. Here's another pretty sweet Mopar just sitting on the property. 383 4-speed Roadrunner. Originally an automatic car, but you can tell they guys couldn't get a 4-speed with AC. But they must have changed the steering column too, because that's got a floor shift steering column in it. But yep, still has a tag. The body isn't too bad except for the back. Rear frame rails are alright, but yeah, it's gonna definitely need quarters. Fender's got a little rod in them. Let's see what we got underneath. Ah, it's pretty nice underneath actually. Oh. Then we got another Roadrunner, another Roadrunner, another Roadrunner. Well, let me get back to helping him load this thing up. We can slide this under the axle. Yeah, we can just drop it down on that. Let me grab the strap. Hopefully it'll just fall down on it. Second chapter. Can you steer the ass in?
Yeah.
Just push it to the passenger side. That just sounds bad, don't it? Probably should lift the front end up. Just set it on the frame, or put it on the frame rail. Ready? Yeah. There we go. You know what? Probably should get jacked on there. We're almost done. The balls always get caught on the back of the trailer. You think we have something we can roll under the frame rails? A long piece? You're heavier. Make me look bad. Alright. Slide that under the frame rail. That's good right there. Alright.
The shock popped through on this side, so it's probably gonna hang down on this side.
The shock?
Yeah.
Oh. You want, let me just give it a heave real quick and see what happens. I think we're good, right? That's not even on the frame rail. It's just on the suspension, huh?
Yeah.
Here, let me jack this one corner up. A little more. All right. There. It's on. That wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
Now people can admire this junk on the way home.
Yep, I got, I don't know how many thumbs up for my ride on this one there.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. A pack of Challengers passed by me when I was hauling it.
Oh, awesome. Got her all loaded up and headed home. Here's a little rant for New Mexico. Fix your damn roads. I thought California was terrible. New Mexico's roads frickin' suck. Frickin' terrible. Well, that's my rant. I'm done. But no, I still got a long drive. So, but I got my ice cream, I got my pretzel, I got my iced coffee. Good to go. Get home and unload this thing up. Here's going. See what I mean? Freaking dips in this damn highway. Suck. Alrighty, well. And I'm only doing 55. I had to slow down at 55 because I got freaking airborne for a second because the roads are so terrible. I'm on 491 headed south on leaving, what was it? Alright, so I am back home. Finally made it. It was a long trip. When I left New Mexico, I decided to go south to Arizona and Tucson. There was a couple wagons I wanted to go look at, so I went and looked at those. I'll post up some pictures here in a minute. But yeah, made it here. I'm gonna dump this sucker off because I got to get back to work. The Mopar show in Vegas with Muscle Cars of the Strip, which formerly Mopars of the Strip, is this upcoming weekend. So I really want to try and get Lemonator back together, which Crowler sent me all the stuff for the motor, but I got like 4 days. So I don't know. I'll try. But yep. This is an awesome car, and the car is in such good shape. And I know a lot of you people are probably thinking, that thing's a piece of shit. No, you are wrong. For those of you that think that. The guys that know what they're looking at will know what is up with this car. Yes, core support's missing. The whole front clip's cut, pretty much needs a whole front clip. I can probably save this rail here. Actually, I know I can, but the car had been hit, it had been shoved over. You can see the K-frame is kinked right there. So K-frame's junk. This frame rail's junk. Needs a core support. This all looks pretty good. I can probably just straighten that. Actually, I know I can just straighten all that crap out. So anyway, moving on. The body is really solid on this thing. I mean, look at the freaking floors. Yeah, that's all original paint on these floors. That is not too common at all. Just admire all this. Ooh, I didn't even see that. There's the horn button adapter for a wood grain wheel. Awesome. Bonus. All right. Back to the condition of the car. So, yeah, this quarter panel don't even need to be replaced. That's just a simple little patch right there. We got tiny little patches right here. And we look at the inner wheel well on this thing. It's absolutely beautiful. Usually that area right there is all rotted out, and I end up having to cut a lot of this out, patching in a piece, but nope, not on this car. Look at the sail panels. Awesome. This car is great on metal. Well, it's dented here, but I can fix that. A little bit of heat and stretching, and so it's got a little bit of a whoop to it. Go back to the rear valence. Now, when I first saw the car, I thought this was all rust, but no. Someone had just cut this out. So it looks like maybe this was all rotted out, but no. Someone actually just cut this corner of the car out. Probably for a donor piece on another car, but it's not rotted. The rear cross rail is absolutely beautiful. The frame rails, awesome. Trunk pan, awesome. Look at the cross rail. Nothing, no rot anywheres. Hell, look at the bottom of the quarter panel. It's in great shape. The only reason you get this rust right here is because a lot of times dirt and crap and whatever gets clogged in the bottom, so then the water sits right here when it does get rained on or water gets in the trunk. So that's why this usually rots out right here. Same thing with the front. These cars were not that great at keeping water out of the cars, even when they were new. But yeah, rear valence on this thing, freaking awesome. Tail panel, awesome. And this car is stripped. I mean, they took just about every damn thing out of this car. But I'm surprised they didn't take the quarter extensions or the trim right here. Now we go to this side of the valence and it's still here. Same thing, you got that just a little bit of rot right there. But the lower quarter on this thing is awesome. The quarter panel on this side is great. Same thing on the very front. Nothing, no big deal. You just cut that out and patch a piece in. But this car doesn't need quarter panels, and they're actually pretty straight. Now, trunk lid. Not bad. Scratches, probably a few little dings, but nothing. Let's go to the bottom here. That's just scaling, that's not real rust. Yeah. This car is in great shape. And then, besides all the hay and shit inside the trunk pan of this car is great. He said that was a turkey. That's bigger than a turkey shed. Those are some big logs there. But yeah, the trunk pan of this car is awesome. So this thing don't even need a trunk pan. I just need to get one of my buddies in here to get all that shit out, sucker him into doing it. Ooh, I'll probably have Walter clean the trunk out on this thing. What do you think? Ah, that's pretty mean. I'll do it myself. But yep, inside this car, again, this wheelhouse, awesome. Just that little bit right there, patch the lower quarter piece in. Hell, the doors are good on this thing. The rockers on this car are awesome. So yes, you guys that were probably thinking this car is just junk, no, this car is freaking awesome, and it can be put back on the roads. Really, really easy. So, okay, now take this car right here. Yeah, it looks like it needs a shit ton of work. Front end looks terrible, blah, blah, blah. All I gotta do is go to a wrecking yard, buy a front clip off of another B-body, which out in California, there's a wrecking yard up there that has a lot of really good metal in them, and the cars are all rust-free. So for $500, I can torch off an entire front clip of a B-body. Satellite, Roadrunner, well, they don't have any Roadrunners in there, but they got a lot of satellites and four-doors and Coronets and shit like that. So $500, cut the whole front clip off that sucker, and then It'd be easier, actually, yeah, to just go ahead and remove this frame rail, inner fender, just remove everything off the front end so it's just a firewall. And then I roll in my donor front clip, weld it in place, pow! I got a complete shell that is beautiful on metal. A couple little patches on the quarter panels, which I don't even need to buy any panels to fix that shit. I can fix that by hand with just some sheet metal. So, and I already have a corner piece right here. I got one from another car. Actually, you know, hell, I'll just buy one. Those things are only like 70 bucks. So let's see, 70, 500. So roughly, let's just call it 600 bucks. So for roughly $600, I could have a damn good shell. Now, does this still look like a piece of shit? Nope, this is an awesome body. Oh, I just like looking at these floors. I don't have to fix nothing. And replacing a front clip on these cars is easy. Putting a front clip on this car is way easier than doing a trunk pan. All you do is drill out the spot welds on the floor pan, drill out the spot welds on the torsion support. Then you just drill out all these guys right here along the inner fender, and whole front clip just whoop, boom, done on the ground. Roll the next one in, weld it up. So that is the plan with this car. Now, to kind of diagnose this car to see what it really was, because there's no dash on it, but it still has the body numbers. And it being a 69, we can get everything I need to put this back on the roads, legitly. 68, you'd be kind of screwed because the body numbers on a 68 do not match the VIN tag. But since it's 69, we're golden. All right, we'll start from the front. So I know this is a 318 car just by kind of going over everything and the lack of options it really had, but you know, just you could have been an RT and had. All right, so now that we know the body is bitching and is in really good shape, well, I consider it really good because the work it's going to take for me to fix it isn't very much at all. Let's find out what it was. So, actually, since we're back here, we'll go ahead and start from the back. There's not really a whole lot to tell on the tail panel, other than that, you know, it was not an RT, otherwise it'd be an RT emblem there. Let's see, oh, I do know it was a light package car, and, you know, since there's no dash in it, no fender tag, you're probably thinking, well, how the hell does he know it's a light package car? I shows you. See this little switch right here? That's part of a light package group that has a trunk light right here in the trunk. So it was a light package car. We know it was a vinyl top car because it has the holes here that there would have been a trim here for a vinyl top. We know it was not an SE car because the hole pattern, or how far these two holes here are spread apart, which somebody has siliconed over, that's just for a typical Charger emblem. If they were tighter together, and then it would have just been a square SE emblem. So it's not an SE car. It does have wheel well molding, or it does have the quarter panel trim for the wheel wells. It does have an 8 3/4 axle in it. We don't know what gears it does. We don't know if it was a sure grip or not, but we do know it has the Wussy leaf springs 318. Now I know leaf springs could have been changed, so could have the axle, but I seriously doubt it. You can also tell by looking at when this car was up in the air, I could tell by looking at it that this has pretty much never been removed. This had belonged to this car when it was born. We'll go to the inside. Nothing really to tell back here except we know it was not a power window car. It's got manual window cranks in it. We do know it was not a column, or it was not a console car, because that's the bracket for a buddy seat right there. And we do also know it's not a column shift or a floor shift car because there's no hole in the floor for the floor shifter right there. And then there would have been brackets right there for the floor shifter. And then we also know because it still has a steering column in it, which has the column shift handle on it. It has a heater core in it, or it's a heater box, no AC. It's not an AC car. And another way I do know it was not an AC car is go on a firewall. That's a non-AC firewall. There would be extra holes here and squares. There'd be more holes in the firewall for an AC car. So, and by that, we also know that it was, since it's a 318 car, we know it's not an axle package car, which it probably could have been, but we know it's not because it has the 22-inch core support on it. This is the smaller core support for the dinky radiator. So see how wide that gap is right here between the saddle and the core support, and then the end for the radiator opening? Well, if it's a 26-inch, this would be over here. So it's the 22-inch core support. We know it had a 2-speed wiper motor. We know it had a power drum brake setup on it because there's the drums. And with this bolt pattern here, that is for a manual, oh, I'm sorry, not a manual, but that's for a power booster. But since it's not a disc brake car, that's just the regular, smaller brake booster. Actually, yeah, there's the manual master cylinder right there. Another reason we know it's a 318 car is the size of the torsion bars. It's got the wussy torsion bars in it. And in 69, you either had slant 6, 318, 383 2-barrel, 383 4-barrel, 426 Hemi, and 440. And they each had different torsion bar sizes. All right, see, there's the other, actually there's the complete drum setup right there. Let's see what else we can find out about this thing. Well, we know the original color was yellow because there's yellow there. There's yellow in the gutter for the front windshield. Yellow, yellow, yellow in the gutter, and yellow in the trunk. And if you look up here, that's all yellow. So the original color of this car was yellow. So this was pretty much a no thrills. Well, we can tell someone added some aftermarket speakers to it because they cut those open. But we can pretty much tell this was a no thrills 318 power drum brake. Don't know if it was power steering or manual steering. Can't tell because the stuff's missing out of it. Actually, I would be able to tell, but the steering column had been pushed in. Like, this is not supposed to be that short. This is supposed to stick out a little bit. And by the length of that, we would be able to tell, which if I wanted to take it apart, I could find out if it was a power or manual steering car, but I don't feel like it. So yeah, it was either power or manual steering 318 car, probably manual steering. Column shift, buddy seat, you know, vinyl top. Actually, might be, oh, we know it was a black interior car because here's part of the headliner. So it was a black interior car. Let's see if we can find more of this. Yep, that's all black. And well, actually, we know it was a white vinyl top car because here's part of the vinyl top. So that's white. But still a no thrills, basic bones 69 318 Charger. But it won't be. We could put a big block in this thing. We could do whatever the hell I wanted to this thing. I'm actually thinking about putting the Daytona window plug in it, shorten the trunk lid, put a wing on it, put a nose on it, have myself a cool looking ratty Joe Dirt Clark. So I don't know, it's up in the air. Whatever I want to do with it later on, it's here, because I've obviously got plenty of projects that will take forever to get to. So anyways, I need to unload this thing. So I'll see you guys later.